sometimes my brain doesn't work, so I have to come up with something different here and there. I thank you all for tuning in. You all know my name by now. SK and Dignitas up against each other for the grand final spot in the 99Damage Masters. The winner of the final will go home with $15,000. Quite a lot of money for an online league. I hope that we can see a thrilling final, but I also hope that we will end up with a triple overtime in this last map. Let's bring up the HP as well, because GoTV and the CTs will try to surprise the terrorists already. The train to the A-bomb set is real. Freeze will see that already. And takes refuge in the toilets for a second. Maybe peeing his pants here because he's quite scared of the terrorists. Tensky pushes through together with all his teammates. Look at that. It sounds like a horde of horses going for the A-bombs. And Magus can pimp with the first frags. But Tensky with the reply. And now the CT's on a good rotation. 3 players inside already. One of them is Pimp and Phrase with the headshot and a second to follow it up. 1-0 in favor of SK Gaming. That was handled almost perfectly. Good job spotting the terrorist movements when they were coming from here. The CTs spotted them. Well, let's rather make that line there, because it makes more sense. The terrorists were on their way too long, then they ran through here, and they tried to get to the A-bomb site. The CTs, when they spotted them from here, they quickly ran back. I made a small joke about that, but it was the right play, of course. They all took refuge in the A-bomb site. Due to having spotted all of them going here, the CTs called in the rotation already. They had 3 players, so they didn't over-rotate. That's a big thing as well, because the terrorists could have faked. You know, they could have gone back through here. They could have ended up on the B-bomb site. Having 2 players here and here would have made them... yeah, would have enabled them to get a good fake. But they went for the A-bomb site route. So the execution was caught in a crossfire by the CT's good rotation. And in the end it was actually 4 CTs in B. The one that got killed straight away by Tensky doesn't really count because he didn't do anything. But even though that first frag happened quite quickly for the terrorists, the CTs already had a different player come in to help them out. We have some Danish in the chat. I'm not able to read that. Har också fed. What is this? Har också fed verdens minste blære padet. Okay. Ligge eller viktig info. Okay. Does any important info exist or something? Getta par ruby vannen står en. Ligegyldig. Ligegyldig. It's quite hard for me as a German because it seems like I could understand the words, but then you think about which word it could be and it doesn't make sense at all, but it sounds so similar. It looks so similar as well. Okay, so we are just casually waiting for whom are we waiting? I think it was it a Cillian? Yes, it was a Cillian. Quick small timeout there by SK. Not real timeout. It was due to connectivity issues on a Cillian's end, but he's back now, and Dignitas can use that, or were able to use that time to make up their minds on what to do. The Tech 9s and P250s. No bomb planned in the first round. And only 2 kills on Config and Tensky. So there are the guys with the Tech 9 and the nade in addition, while Rubino had to go for a P250, so they had at least a few flashes to work with. Dignitas going straight for the B bomb site. The CT's completely blinded. 1 flash to blind them all, take them to the darkness and kill them. I don't know if that was right. It certainly didn't sound like the Lord of the Ring thing, but I think you get the idea. SK got the idea of the terrorist push as well, and they didn't have too much trouble. They lost 2 players inside, but they were the guys that were unhappy enough to end up in the pit and be flashed. Dignitas weren't allowed to plant the bomb again, and that's the bigger part for the CTs. Losing 2 guys in the second round is okay, but at least they prevented the bomb from going down, so the terrorist money will make them go in naked for now. Oh, Config with the P250 headshot. He really likes that gun. Pimp with his own double kill, though, making it a 3v3. Terrorists did some good damage here, and they were able to pick up the UMP on Rubino. Now they try to hunt down Pimp. He's in some danger. Has to wait for his teammates to make the push from heaven. And now that's Kirby being cut off from his teammates. Terrorists with Config in the corner. Rubino 19 HP. Config pushes through, doesn't get the headshot. And now it's Rubino in the smoke. He gets covered by Magisk. SK with a 3-2-0. Once again, they lose 2 players, so some damage has been dealt by the terrorists, but as I mentioned, not too much. They don't have to be too scared. Zero frags for Modi, who was extremely hot on Cash, but cooled off quite quickly on Mirage. I hope to see him back on the board for his squad, otherwise they could run into some trouble. I still favor SK, by the way. I said Dignitas should win this 2-0. Then I said, oh no, I'm not really sure. It should be a 2-1 in favor of Dignitas. But I think their performance last weekend might have fooled us a little bit. Good teamwork by SK, the flash with the right timing. Asylin opened the door to hell. Sentensky threw that and just closed it casually. Freeze with the frag on the A-bomb side. So it all works out perfectly for SK in this first rifle. Asylin spots the terrorist on the way to the B-bomb side as well. He can call in for a slight rotation from his teammates. Modi wants to get some info. Oh, look at that heads-up play by Modi. Picking off Kirby, even though he was for a short second focused on Monster. He still turned away and covered his own back. Now Rubino turns away Asylin from his squad, making it a 2v3. This is definitely possible for the terrorists, especially with Rubino making it really hard for the CTs to go for the right rotations. SK has 2 players committed to B, and MSL just spotted Magisk. I don't know if Magisk has spotted MSL. It didn't seem like it. Headshot for MSL. 2v2 now. The bomb will be planted, but Pimp with a kill onto Rubino. Now Freeze has to wait for his teammate to make the rotation and to get that retake going. 40 seconds on the bomb timer, so plenty of time for the CTs. They have 2 smokes and 1 flash. And Freeze has the spot on MSL. He leg shots him and gets out with the USP to get the kill. A small huddle for a second. You know, those football players do that quite regularly, where they jump up and they bump their chests together. That's what MSL and Pimp, Freeze and Pimp just did in the CT spawn. But yeah, talking about football, I still don't know the result of the Super Bowl. I couldn't watch it because of the event I've been to, because of Game Show Global Esports Cup. When I came back, it was over already, and I didn't see the results. I hope it was a good game, though. Now we've got the terrorists building up another B. Go Config is the first one to take point. Modi somehow shoots MSL and doesn't get the kill onto Config. Now Pimp will seal that deal, making it a 3v3 again. Escape with the quick rotation, and Asylin was hiding away inside the bomb site. Waited for the right timing, but Kirby putting down 2 of the CTs. A 2v1 now. Pensky going for the spray to intercept Pimp on his way to the site. Didn't get it done though. Pimp is still in heaven. He's looking onto the terrorists from above, and Kirby will not let him escape. Dignitas win their first round. It took them 5 to get it done, and that is not good for the CT's money. You can see it yourself, the CT's money was back and forth. Now they are on the brink of saving, and we are seeing Dignitas back on the B-bomb site Have they ever been somewhere else except for the pistol? I don't think so. Modi and the Cillian with the first frags. The CTs are up to the challenge now. I think they have tweaked their setup a little bit, and their rotations are quicker as well. Magus from above, making it a 1v4, and he will get his second frag of the round. SK are back on the board with a 5-1. And that results the money for the terrorists. Doesn't give them anything to work with in this round except for the Tech 9s, the upgraded pistols with armor. And guess what? We are back on the B bomb side. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you are right. You will see Dignitas on another smoke go. Another smoke execution with a bomb plant right behind that. Modi with the kill, but Config with a cheeky reply there. Good job by him, keeping the terrorists at least dangerously close to the CTs. Now Pimp with a frag. Config. Oh, Config onto a Cillian. What a headshot. 2v3 now, and another one for Config. He's doing it here. MSL is alone, but his teammate Config gave him a fighting chance. Now the smoke and the flash combination will allow the CTs to get their hands on the bomb platform. They know where MSL is now. They spray the smoke, but Pimp will... Oh, the bomb will not explode. Freeze has it covered. If only MSL got a few tags on a bomb diffuser, maybe would have thrown him off enough to interrupt the bomb diffuse. But that didn't happen. SK had everything sealed already. 6-1. But Config gave our heart something to beat faster for. 7 kills for him so far in 7 rounds. Freeze with the push. Same goes for Magus. And Freeze will get that first frag. Magus with the second instead. He gets traded again. And another trade resolves in a 1v3 in favor of the CTs. MSL got himself the orb, and it's one individual against 3 CTs. He made it a 2v1, but, well, after that he was simply running out of positional control, and the CTs pushed him way too well. So, er spawnet I Jordan. I don't know what that means. Dignitas called the pause, and now SK asked for a second as well. Seems like he had to drink something real quick or do something else. Maybe wash his hands or whatever. It's still a 7-1 scoreline in favor of SK Gaming. They take the commanding lead against Dignitas. But Dignitas is on the terrorist side, and they still have 9 rounds to work with. Not 9. Wow, 7 rounds to work with in this half. One of them is this full buy, and they know what's at stake. They know they have to make it work. Oh, Config with a good headshot onto Magisk. That will open up the A-bomb side. The CTs have to switch their positions a little bit. Muddy goes for the surf. Cillian will help his teammate out a little bit. Shouldn't the surf be considered a illegal boost because you're standing on nothing? But then again, it's a slope. It's so hard to judge those things. It's not forbidden yet, and I don't think it will be, or at least I don't hope so, because that position, you know, it's quite important. There is Modi. Oh, Rubino covering KRB, just keeps him alive against Modi. A 2v5 now. What a good breach play by Dignitas. Just running into the side, not slowing down anymore. You know what Pimp and Freeze are going to do. They are saving, instantly saving there. SK will lose the second round. But their money is still, well, it's still not good. So they really need those 2 rifles to be able to get something back in the next one. Luckily for SK, the terrorist money is not looking too strong either. So Dignitas is not eager to get those exit kills. They didn't want to jeopardize their own buy round, so they kept themselves calm. They stayed alive with all their 5 players, so the terrorist money gets a huge boost, while SK is going for 3 famises for Asilian, Magisk and Modi. And they go for the aggressive setup. Freeze is already at the party. He gets flashed in, and now he will put down the first one. The flash is still in effect, and Freeze with a no-scope on the second terrorist. Kirby finally gets a trade, but it looks good for the CTs nonetheless. Modi with a quick kill as Magisk got killed by Tensky. The terrorists are now still down a man, and Kirby figures, if I'm quick on the A bomb site, I could get the bomb planted, but Asilian is still there waiting for his prey to walk past. Ruben on the AK. The bomb is dropped right in front of the CTs. They have 2 players committed with covering of the bomb. Good flashes. Rubino with 1 minute on the clock. I don't know what his idea is, but at the moment he is not getting closer to the bomb, but even further away. And it's Asilian to pick him off in the end. It's 8-2. Whoa, 8-2 for the CTs of SK. Okay, Freeze and Magus with an interesting setup here. Magus is close by in the stairs, and Freeze drawing the fire in. Both of them get a frag each, and Magus makes it a double. Tensky and Rubino quickly the last man alive. Dignitas reminds me of SK on Mirage, where they got 1 round here, then they lost 3 in a row. They got another round, but then they lost 3 again. And it was a huge struggle for them on the terrorist side on Mirage. It's just the same for Dignitas here on Overpass. Okay, again, Dignitas with a weird play. Rubino and Tensky try to fake heading back again and firing off those shots a little bit. Made it so obvious. I don't think the CTs actually thought about rotating anyone. Now Rubino in a gunfight. Tensky in the meantime disposes of Pimp. It's a 3v2 and the last CT gets disposed of by Tensky. The bomb will be planted, no question about that anymore. Tensky goes down to Modi. And now it's Freeze from above with a covering fire, and Rubino is on the bomb side being picked off by Freeze. SK were, for a small second, they were struggling in this 2v4. Modi and Freeze worked together perfectly, and in the end, they won the round for SK. Dignitas on the upgraded pistols only. 4 more rounds to go in this half. If Dignitas wants to make it look good, they need to win at least 3 out of those 4. If they win 2 out of those 4, it's still, well, not really okay-ish, but you could still say they have a small amount of hope. AK for Config there. Managed to buy that and drop it for him. Kirby with the AK that Config has dropped now. The terrorist on the way to B. Again, it's a B bomb site. They are not really versatile here on Team Dignitas. Asilian with a spray through the smoke onto MSL, making it a 3v4. And even though the bomb gets planted, the chances for the terrorists are not really high enough in this exchange. They're so low on HP, and the CTs are already all around the bomb site. Kiebi and Rubino, the last hopes. Rubino with a double kill, however, and he almost gets another one onto Freeze. Finally, the USP rings in. Modi comes back into the bomb site and puts down Kiebi, who slowly slides down the wall. SK with a 10th round on the board. But what a good performance here for Dignitas. They almost won the round, and at least they do a lot of economical damage to SK. Dignitas is still within reach of the CTs. If they win this round, look at SK's money. If they don't save a weapon, Pimp and Freeze could buy something, but it wouldn't look good for SK, so they would most likely go for a save with maybe armor. And that would definitely not be too good for SK. Dignitas know how close they are. They can still make it 10-5 in 3 rounds. Mazel will open this one up as well, and Tensky opens up the door to the other side. Shuts down Modi. Ruben, who comes in to the B bomb site as well, quickly shoots the head of Pimp. Magus, the last line of defense on the B bomb site, realizes it's his time to run. And it's his time as well to help his teammate Freeze save the gun. Tensky goes down already, so the backside is opened up. Magus could help his teammate there. Freeze expects somebody to come from long. And he knows Kiebi is close. Magus just holds on to the underpass, covers the back of Freeze, while he is going for the kill onto Kiebi, who comes flying past. Shoots him out of the air. Magus can Freeze stay alive, and that was the lifeline for SK. Their financial cushion can afford that round. Freeze can drop. They can go for at least armor on every single player. Let's see what Modi, Asilin and Pimp are going to go for. Pimp could go for... Ah, that's the plan. Oh, very well done. Freeze bought a FAMAS and an M4A1. Perfect stuff by him. Pimp with the FAMAS of his own. And SK have 4 good rifles. So, Dignitas with a chance, with a small opening here. Will they get their foot in? They're going for the A bomb site now, and Magus is already close by. He's getting flashed though. He didn't see or hear anything, and neither did Freeze. The terrorists on the way to A long already, and the CTs need to plug that hole rather quickly. Dignitas is so swift on their attacks. They are so quick, so self-confident, even though they did have a rough time in the final against Envious. They know that they are strong individually and that they can pull it off in those rounds. Good smoke work by the CTs will keep the terrorists from getting in there just now, but Rubino with a double kill. Kiebi with 1 headshot onto Pimp. And it's a 2v5 now in favor of the terrorists. Asilin is behind the smoke. Modi is still on the B bomb side. It doesn't look good for the CTs. Especially due to the fact they managed to bring guns to this round, but they couldn't maintain those guns. They in fact will be eliminated. So the last round of this half is not looking good for SK. They will buy up everything they can, but Dignitas is in control for now. They can make it 10-5. They can take the momentum into the next half. And I don't know if they win the pistol, if they win the consecutive and the successive rounds, they can make it 10-8. And if they win the first rifle, you know how quickly the CT team can lose control, but Modi doesn't lose control. He's got the 3rd kill already. 2 with the CZ, 1 with the AK. He's almost getting another one. 4 kills for Modi. What is going on with him tonight? He is just insane. Rubino is left alone. They know where he is. They will try to encircle him and shut him down together. But if he gets that kill on Freeze, the gun-wielding Dane, they could... Well, let's scratch that. Last round for SK Gaming. What a huge upset by them. Modi with the quad kill, 2 with the CZ. The flash blinded the terrorists correctly. And he picked up the AK and finished off the 3rd and the 4th on the bomb site. Great performance by Modi in this matchup. Even though he was not having his impact on the 2nd map, he shows his worth on cash and on overpass. Second half now all underway. SK against Dignitas for the final of the 99Damage Masters. So the winner will proceed to the final, has a chance to fight for $15,000. And Rubino and Kiabi will already shut down the terrorist push. They have Freeze on 8 HP. The smoke is there, but he's the bomb planter. And they will finally, they will push through to A. They put everything on the line, but the bomb gets dropped. Oh, Megas almost forgot it. 3v2. The CT's on a re-rotation. They have Rubino there already. Important frag now coming up. The next one will be key for either side. Rubino doesn't finish off a Cillian who gets away to the stairwell. And he can shut down Tensky on the backstep. Mag is gonna firefight. He does go down to Kiabi. And it's up to a Cillian to win the 2v1 situation. Doesn't go his way. Rubino hasn't closed out. 11-5. Dignitas will win the rifle, will win the pistol round. And that was really important for them. They could have given away the whole game by losing this one. Now, if you wonder why I might sound different than I usually do, I didn't necessarily catch a cold, but my voice feels very rough. The air conditioning in the venue in the game show Global Esports Cup, and the air conditioning in the airplanes as well, as the weather was not really helping me get my voice back. So as I'm trying to find the right player, Tensky and Rubino already make that impossible because they shut down the terrorists 6-11, but SK have planted a bomb in the first round, so they have those AKs. And the CTs have to switch their weaponry around a little bit. They keep MSL on the UMP. The rest of the squad with 4 rifles. And we have a crash on SK. Okay, so the crash has been very... What? That is weird. They say crash, but nobody crashed. And they want to go live again. Interesting. Let's just sit and wait. Finally, there we go. Continue it is. Dignitas with the rifles, as I said. They have to switch their weaponry around a little bit. Tensky will most likely drop the MP9. Yes. So they did it in the first attempt of playing this round. They did it in the second. So the 5 AKs for Pimp and company. They will take their time getting to the A bomb site for now. The CT's with a good counter push, but it gets shut down. Freeze with a double kill from behind. His teammate was also shooting at the same player, so it was Magus with the assist. The CTs start off with a 2-man disadvantage in this first rifle round. SK with a chance to make this happen. They can get themselves the first rifle on the board, and that would be so crucial for the economy as well on Dignitas. Taking a brief look at that to show you what I mean. They wouldn't have too much money in the next round. It's all up to Config. He flashes himself in, turns his back just briefly, gets a frag onto Pimp. Now wants to fight his way out there. Modi is around. He gets the frag and makes it a 2v3 now, as MSL is getting in with the refrag. 2v3. The CTs are around. Tensky with the first one. He gets killed by Magus, and Magus is still around on the ramp, shutting it down, making it 12-6. SK have that magical first round on the terrorist side on the board, and the CTs will go for the buy. There is no question about that, but it's not going to be the strongest buy they could have afforded. MSL with the naked gun. AWP in play, but no armor. They go for some downstairs control. The connector area is key in this map, and as long as Dignitas have it under control, they can use their close quarter guns with a P90, for example, on Rubino. And they have MSL on the outside, having an eye out for his teammates. Really heavy middle control by the CTs now. Tensky is chiming in with his deagle. Terrorist unable to get it done as of yet. Now the first peek by Modi. He knows that Tensky's around on the B bomb site, but the terrorists will make their way into the outside of A. Kirby with a big covering fire onto Asilian. Keeps his teammate alive. MSL has to back away. In the meantime, the terrorists will push him together. Magus goes to work on the AWP. It's a three-man push to the A bomb site, yes, and with only one on B. Modi is still hanging out over there. Kirby is covered by Pim. Bursts out and goes down to Pim. Really important frag now, 3v2. The terrorists with the re-rotation. Heads up calling by SK as well. Tensky and Rubino, they're separated from each other. Rubino with the P90, the only chance they have. He makes it happen with the first one onto Freeze. Goes for the instant reload. Lines up another one. He knows they're both on the left side now. And when is Tensky coming in? There he is. He goes down instantly. Rubino, though, with a reply. Headshot, making it a 1v1. Beats the nade. 13 HP remain. He gets pushed by Modi, but doesn't get it done. Modi with an important 1v1 clutch for SK. 13-6. Shrewd Commando is on the board with 2 rounds in a row, making the CT save and giving themselves a really big chance to close this third map out. MSL with a very aggressive approach here. But at the same time, his teammates try to get the frags on the outside of B. Modi pushes back, gets killed by Config's deagle. MSL with a frag in the stairwell onto Asilian. A 3v4 now in favor of the CTs. Again, a team that's on the brink of losing is going big. Freeze has eyes on Rubino. Smokes him off instead of killing him for now. Good enough for the terrorists, but Rubino uses the small time frame. The terrorists weren't looking at the smoke. It's not a wall. Rubino with a double kill. Again, it's a CZ75. Pimp is on his own against 4 CTs. He's got a shooting gallery. They're all over the place, and he's not going to get more than 1 frag. 13-7. Dignitas are putting up the last effort here in the anti-eco, or with their upgraded pistols. The terrorists will buy up everything they can. They have a 6-round difference still. They have a lot of room for error. One of those errors have been made just now. Tech 9's in Galil. Not a weak buy at all. Can be dangerous if the CTs don't get a few frags early on in the round. Config and Magus will trade 1 for 1. Rubino on 18, so is Pimp on 25, but Rubino has a stronger gun. The CTs get themselves into retake positions with Freeze taking out Kirby. That's something that shouldn't have happened. The same goes for Modi against MSL, but Tensky and the latter will get the kills. 2v2 now. The terrorists will have 1 on B short and 1 inside the pit. Magus with the spray down. He also gets a second 14-7. SK is right back again. And the CT's money is looking so bad. Really feel bad for Dignitas. They made that huge effort. They came back again. But then it's like a small flower that starts to grow in the spring. And then somebody without feelings, with a cold heart, he walks past that flower and just stomps it to the ground. And that's SK with the economy on Dignitas. Asilian and company wait on the playground and the fountain area. They don't want to make the mistake of giving the CTs anything to work with. They know that Dignitas is on the brink of losing, so they will probably buy up at least upgraded pistols. That's what the terrorists can guess, roughly. And that's something that you can never guess. Tensky with the 1 deke onto Pimp. Modi with a trade at least. The damage has been inflicted to the terrorists. It has slowed them down as well. And it gave Dignitas some amount of information. There is Config, flashing himself through the smoke. Modi is caught with his pants down in the sewer. Kierby doesn't get a second frag onto Magus, but the CTs still have that heads-up rotation. Rubino and his infamous CZ-75. He gets the bomb carrier killed. That's a very important frag. The terrorists have to get rid of Rubino. He's in the toilets. His team members try to support him, but it's impossible at the moment. The terrorists are forcing the way to the toilets at least. MSL catches Magus going away from the A-bomb site. And, well, Config goes for the rotation already. But the bomb is still around, and now MSL has spotted Freeze. Can Freeze go for the clutch in a 1v2? Dignitas need this round, and Freeze could get the map point, the match point. He doesn't. MSL with a spray on the AK. 14-8. SK Gaming can't get themselves to the match point. Galil for the terrorists. Now they are in a downward spiral financially. They have enough money to go for those forced buy rounds, but they don't have enough money to go for a full buy, so they decide to go for the forced buy because they can keep the CT's economy low by making the rounds go down the wire. And that's why SK decide to go for the rifles every single time. The CTs still have a P90 for Tensky, for example. And having 1 AK and 1 Galil to back it up with, together with a few upgraded pistols, that's definitely not a bad buy at all. Let's take a quick peek at the money situation. The CTs have no money, so do the terrorists. As they know that if they get a bomb plant, if they lose this round, and if they inflict some damage on the CTs, it's gonna be a good round nonetheless. Rubino, though, does get the first kill on the terrorists, disposing of the AK. Magus picks that up and takes it back to his teammates, while MSL has a small edge in the smoke. He goes for the premature spray, and Pimp runs into that. Unlucky for Pimp. Tensky with the P90 chiming in as well. Now Modi's time has come. The Galil is out. He gets a second frag, then gets flanked by Config, and Magus is on his own with 2 HP. He received 98 damage and 99 damage. Masters Kierby with the last second frag, so to speak. Dignitas string a few rounds together. They consolidate their finances. And SK have to go for the full save now. Okay, Tech 9 for Pimp and a P250 for Modi. But it's still almost a full save. Surprisingly, they go for the long route to A. Try to be unseen and getting as close as possible to the bomb site. MSL and Kierby are the guys holding toilets. They're already kind of behind the terrorist lines. Rubino has a hard time getting that control back. Asilian is shut down though. Rubino just 180-degree spray on the third one. Doesn't quite get the kill, but he knows that Magisk is down there. Glock is not going to be a really dangerous weapon here in that encounter. Rubino will get his third frag, and Dignitas is mounting the comeback horse. They are in the saddle already. They just have to loosen up the strings a little bit and let the horse run as quick as possible. While the terrorists are the guys hanging on the heels of the horse. They are pulled through all the dirt. They eat a lot of dust at the moment. But they are still not out. They're still not dead yet. Pimp nades the stairs. Doesn't do the damage with a nade. But Dignitas can't get their players in the position. Magus with a team kill onto Cillian. It's a 3v4 nonetheless. Because Cillian got the frag before. Magus got a little nervous maybe. Config and Tensky now the last man standing as Magus gets another frag to make up for his team kill. And now it's up to one individual on each side for Dignitas. The terrorists know they have the time. They have quite a lot of map control as well. So they just need to wait for the CTs to make their move. Tensky's desperate for some information. He spots the shoulder of Magus. Almost gets a kill. 7 HP remain. Now Tensky needs to run away. He knows that he stays around. The terrorists will get somebody in from long. They will flash his position. They will force him away anyway. But look at Config. He's just as cheeky as his teammate was. And now the door opens. Quick cue by Config. Magus is out. So is Tensky though on the other side. Freeze had the scope settled on the A-bomb side. They will plant it as well. Config on the rotation. He knows he has to clutch this round for Dignitas to stay in this game. Otherwise it's SK with 5 match points. 5 final points. $30,000 up for grabs in the whole tournament. 15,000 of those will go to the winner. And the winner of this matchup will go to the final. So they got themselves one step closer to a big bunch of cash. 15-10. Those 5 match points for SK. I hope Dignitas can bring us to an overtime. It would be really cool to see that happen. 23 frags for Rubino on Dignitas. 19 for Tensky. MSL is not having the impact. And Kierbai doesn't either. On the other side, we have 24 and 21 for Modi and Freeze. SK with a full buy. Orb for Freeze. No helmet though. And there could be an issue if he faces those M4s and Famases. Take a look what Rubino is up to here. He will be pushed shortly. But not yet. MSL is still boosted up on his teammate. Terrorists get ready for the push, while the terrorists will pull their teammates together. Freeze does get the peek onto the A-bomb set, but not the shot off. I mean, he shot, but he didn't get the connection. So the terrorists still looking for some control here. Kierby with the double kill in the toilets in the meantime. And Modi is his counterpart here. He's backing away to the stairwell. Kierby has the bomb under control. He goes for another good spray onto Freeze, puts him down to 4 HP. And MSL, even though he's down to 22, he's trying to salvage this situation. Modi with a double kill, cleaned up the toilets, made it a 3v3. The terrorists on the push. MSL has them both lined up. Nobody turns his back. Oh, MSL, is he going to be too patient? No, he gets the frag, but still the terrorists will get the kills. MSL was waiting for the time to run down. He could have won the round if he hadn't been taken down. SK, though, with Freeze and Magus surviving the round, will win the matchup, the best of 3, 16-10 in favor of SK. What a final by Dignitas, getting those 4 rounds back-to-back with only 1 interruption. Got me hopes higher and higher. But then SK We're winning the last few to close it out and make it 16-10. Congratulations to SK for qualification, for the qualification to the final of the 99 Damage Masters. I will be back later on with the second best of 3 of the evening. It's alternate attacks against Dendidi. So we are going to kick that off in just a few seconds.